of this. Woo! Put Scooter on the phone, you bird brain.
What do you do, backflips? You jump up there in a silly suit? What do you do?
You go BAM! I want you to play that.
Danye, and we're ready to kick off the weekend here a day early. How you doing, Joe? You ready to do something today?
Heck yeah.
All right, we'll do something today, even if it's wrong. And actually, though, we're going to give you a chance to do something right. Once again today, we have Joe's safe right here, and stashed inside this safe is 4 brand new $100 bills and a pair of AirPods.
Yeah. Should we share the hint with them, or do you want to let that go on?
No, give that.
All right, here's the hint. So Joe had to come up with a 3-digit code to put into this puppy, and all I did was I looked up at the clock, and the clock told me exactly what to put in there.
So there you go. That is a good hint.
Yeah.
If you stop and think about it, it took me a while to think about it, but I'm not the I'm not the sharpest knife in the book. The sharpest knife in the book. What does that even mean? Sharpest knife in the drawer. I'll tell you. Okay, this gives you an idea of where this show is going today. But anyhow, if you want to give it a shot, if you want to get in on it and see if you could open this safe, you give us a 3-digit code, and you could kick off the weekend with $400 in party cash and a new pair of AirPods too, which are really
you got
cool.
it this time. AirPods, baby.
For some reason, I keep wanting to call them Airbuds. I think it was that old movie Air Bud. Wasn't there a movie Air Bud with the Airbuds for some reason? And I'm thinking Bud, and that's probably because when Viking Jim was here. So that
has that influence on you.
That would be one of the first things you talk about or think about when Vike is here. So who we got on the who's checking in?
You want to drill right through the phones, or do you want to go through the text?
We'll see. We'll see who's checking in first, and then we'll get right down to the phones.
All right. So first off, we got Joseph's out there. He's checking in. We got Sarah.
Yeah, that's Jay Bird.
Yeah, and we got Sarah is checking in.
Hi, Sarah.
All right, and that's on the chat room. And then we got some phone calls to take. Felicia,
all right,
looks like we're out there first.
If you want to try to open Joe's safe with the 3-digit code, just give us a call right now. We'll give you a shot at it. Our phone number is 330-595-1600. 330-595-1600. So if you want to take a shot and see if you could crack the safe, like I say, this is Youngstown, Ohio, and you might have a safe cracker in your family somewhere in your family tree. There might be a safe cracker.
That's right.
For some people in Youngstown, that was a career, along with playing pool, playing cards.
And doing numbers.
Yeah. What does your dad do for a living? He shoots pool. Oh, mine plays cards. Oh, okay. Yeah, he has a bar boot dice game. Yeah. Only in Youngstown were you like 5 years old and knew what a bar boot game was. That's one of our things.
A cool memory from my past when I was every bit of like 6 or 7 years old. I remember going down to a mechanic shop, and in the very back by the paint booth, there was a table, and there must have been 20 guys back there playing cards in the back of a thing. I've never been scared of people in my life like I was in that moment.
Oh yeah.
Those are rough dudes back there.
Probably in Campbell or over here on the north side or somewhere in Youngstown. More than one place. I'm sure that was going down all the time. One of my favorite illegal gambling activities, they had this restaurant over on Youngstown Poland Road. It was called Mrs. B's. And in the back room, they had these pinball machines that would pay off. They're not the kind of pinball machines with flippers, but it's like a numbers board, and there's all different holes all the way down, and they have different numbers, and it would cost like you'd be pumping dimes into this machine. You'd get a couple of rolls of dimes, and then if the machine was nice to you, you could move the screen and then maybe line your numbers up, and like maybe you were able to move the screen and all the numbers you had on the board were in like a purple band or something, or they were all in a little striped, the background of it was like striped or whatever, and you could move the screen, and
I'd love to get a hold of one of those machines.
I'm sure they're out there somewhere. I'm pretty sure that the place that they had it at, I think Lenny Strollo might have been involved at that, or one of them guys over in Struthers, Campbell. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and me and my buddy, we would do that during high school, and Fortunately, he was a good salesman because we would go out and sell an ad for the yearbook and then take the money from the yearbook and try to pump it into the machine to win some more money. And then if we lost, then we would have to go out and sell twice as many ads to make up for the one that we put in the machine.
See, vending machines were awesome as a kid because you could like sneak into the bowling alley and buy cigarettes and not get turned down for them. You know, like go in there and pull it. Yeah. Pull the lever.
But the gambling machines like that, the pinball, were my favorites. All right, let's try to give away this stuff here.
All right, let's go to
$400 in the AirPods. We're going to start with Felicia. All right, let's go to Felicia. You got it, or do I have to hit
go
it?
ahead.
Hey, Felicia, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So what's going on? You got a 3-digit number to try to open this safe here?
Yeah, 253.
353?
I think she said 253.
Oh,
no, 253.
253. All right, let's give that a shot. What are you going to do with this money if you get the $400?
I'm gonna save it.
You're going to save it? You're supposed to piss it away. This is party cash. You don't say party cash.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it so I can have my party.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Post-COVID party.
Oh, all right. I feel you.
Yeah,
So 253. Let's give it a shot here. 253.
Hit the
Enter. Sorry about that, Felicia. Didn't work.
Okay.
All right. You have a good day, and try again on Tuesday. We'll try it again on Tuesday. All right. Who are we going to go to next here, Joe?
Go to Sarah next. Sarah's up next.
All right. How are you, Sarah? How you doing today?
Think it's coming.
Hello, Sarah. Are you there?
I said, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, good one. Good one. Yeah.
Talking smack.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia. It's my turn to win the money. Thank you. All right. What are you thinking here, Sarah? Give me a 3-digit number.
Well, it's my birthday in like 2 weeks, and I'm turning 44. God bless me. He does. I give half my money to a pay it forward box. So my guess is 656.
656. All right, let's give it a shot here.
Mm-hmm.
6.
By the power of Eddie money.
5 6. Big money, no whammies. Let's see what happens. 656. Not the number.
Whammies.
Yeah, we need a whammy sound effect. Like
I'm on it. I'm totally on that.
All right, so
420.
everybody's been trying 420. Everybody has tried 420. Everybody tried 420. We went through, I think, 3 calls in a row, and they were saying 420.
The number one guess on this program. All right, we got Rosemary coming up now.
All right.
Rosemary, you there?
Rosemary, just like Slim Whitman used to sing. Remember that, the Slim Whitman song on that commercial? Rosemary. All right, Rosie, what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with this money if you win? $400 in party cash right now. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm not certain yet, but I'm sure something will come along.
Booze? Are you looking at maybe booze? You can buy a lot of booze for $400. Oh, tequila. Now you're talking. You get $400 worth of tequila. And
that's
you know what?
Really top shelf stuff there.
Yeah, now see, that's the thing, though. Are you going to spend it on like, $10, $40 bottles of tequila? Or are you going to spend it on like one really good bottle of tequila, 2 really good bottles?
2 really good bottles, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, see, are you going to kick it up if you're going to make margaritas? Are you going to stick with the triple sec and buy a lot of triple sec? Or are you going to splurge and maybe buy a bottle of Grand Marnier?
Oh, Grand Marnier, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, give us 3 numbers here, Rosemary. And let's see here if you could walk away at $400 and the AirPods. So give me a 3-digit number.
Okay, 950.
950. Not there, Rosemarie. It looks like you're going to have to drink the cheap tequila and the cheap triple sec. No Grand Marnier for you this time around.
All right. Well, thanks anyway.
Okay, try again next Tuesday. All right, everybody.
I love this game.
Everybody's trying to win, but just imagine if we get a winner in here.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have $400 in cash, 4 brand new $100 bills, and a pair of AirPods in there for you to win. And if you want to give it a 3-digit number, one try per show.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and the number is 330-595-1600.
You got it, man.
330-595-1600. So if you want to give it a shot here, Jaybird, I think, is ready. Jaybird wants to win the money. Okay, we got Russell on there and Jaybird. Let's start with Russell, and then we'll go to Jaybird.
We're going to go to Jaybird. Russell dropped off.
Oh, okay. Let's go to Jaybird.
All right, Jaybird, you there?
Jaybird, what's up, man?
Yes, I am. Oh, just doing last-minute stuff to the bike to go down to Key West.
All right.
Now,
So you're getting ready.
If I hit this money, I'm tucking it in G-strings at the bars down.
Now you're talking. Well, if you win too, you got to bring me back something, a T-shirt or whatever, or bring me back a stripper. I don't care. I don't know though, man.
Stripper delivery?
I think $400 at the strip club will go by pretty fast though. Now, are you going to do it $1 at a time, or are you going to make it rain? Are you just going balls out?
Oh, dude, I'm going to get rolled a penny.
And flip them up there and make them pick them up, huh?
Lasts a lot longer that way.
There you go. Now that's talent.
What if they can pick them up with no hands?
Let's try the birthday for today because I'm going to celebrate the 6-0 down in Key West.
Oh, how sweet is that going to be? I wish so bad I could go with you guys. That's going to be a blast, man. Jaybird's 60th birthday in Key West, and they're going to ride through the mountains, tail of the dragon, and all that kind of stuff, and hang out in Clearwater for a little bit. I wish I could go, man. It's going to be a blast. All right, Jaybird, let's try to fix you up with some stripper cash here right now.
426.
4, 2, 6. Not there, Jaybird.
I know that sound.
All right. Sorry about that, brother. Well, I'll see you before you guys leave. So I'll be talking to you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Jaybird.
All right. Take care, Fred.
You got it. Okay.
Hey, can I tell you real quick while we wait for this? Last week, while you and Mr. Vike were sitting up here, you guys had mentioned the Jerky Boys, right?
Right.
So what I did while you guys were up here doing your thing, I got in touch with Johnny Brennan, which is one of the Jerky Boys, and I was trying to line him up for a show.
Yeah.
The dude's super cool, but I think we're going to line him up for a future show. You'll have one of the Jerky Boys on your show.
That will be awesome. That will really be awesome. I can't wait for that. That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. All right, what are we going to do? Well, let's take some more calls. Let's just try to give this stuff away.
All right, Lulu's next.
Lulu, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Fast Freddie?
I am doing good. You getting ready to do some riding here coming up?
Oh gosh, don't use the word riding, but yes, I prefer to ride in Jeeps.
Okay, well that's cool. So what are you going to do with this money if you win? We got $400 in this safe. You come up with the right 3-digit number, it's yours. What are you going to do for the party?
Celebrate my son's birthday, which is this weekend. He's turning 13.
All right, well that'll be a good time. All right, give me 3 digits here, and let's see if we can open this safe and hook you up with this cash.
Oh Lordy B. 701.
7, 0, 1. Lulu, sorry about that. You guys have a happy birthday anyway. Sorry we couldn't help out your son. All right, let's take a couple more calls here, man. Everybody wants this money, man. Free money here, man. Let's go. Let's take another one. Who we got?
All right, caller, what's going on?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Who's this?
This is Shanae.
And what are you up to today?
Oh, nothing.
So you could use $400, right?
Oh, definitely.
All right. Well, let's hear your 3-digit number here. Come on. Big money, no whammies.
Big money. How about number 855?
855. Oh, not today. Not this time around. No 855.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. All right, try again on Tuesday. All right, let's keep the phone calls rolling here. Everybody wants to win this money, man.
And that number, 330-595-1600.
330-595-1600. Chris, how are you today?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. I'm sure you'll feel a lot better if you can walk away with this $400 right now. So give me a...
Oh, I bet you anybody could.
I know. So what do you plan on doing? Are you paying bills? You being conservative with it? Or are you going to party your ass off? What do you think is the way to go with that?
Oh, I'm actually going to party my ass off.
All right, that sounds good. That sounds good.
This guy
now you're talking. That's the idea. You know, with funny money, you never use funny money to pay bills or anything like that. This is piss away money. All right, Christopher, give me 3 digits here, and let's see if we can hook you up, man.
I'm going to say 252.
252. Nothing there. All right, sorry about that, Chris. It looks like you're going to have to drink the cheap stuff here and not the top shelf, man. Oh well, back to the Keystone Light, man. All right,
Dave's next.
All right, Dave, how you doing today, man? What's going on, Dave?
Good. Not much. What's going on, man?
Oh, just trying to give away some money here. I got 4 brand new $100 bills I'm trying to give away. They are locked away here in Joe's safe, and I need you to come up with a 3-digit number to crack it so that we can hook you up with some party cash for the weekend. So give me 3 digits here, man.
Well, in honor of all those numbers that I racked up on my parents' phone bill back in the day, let's go 976.
976. Not there, Dave. Sorry about that, brother.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one, man. All right, who do we got up next? Vinny. Let's talk to Vinny here this afternoon. Vinny, how you doing, man?
What's up, Fred?
Good. I'm doing all right. Is this Vinny, Bud Light Vinny?
Hell yeah, it is.
All right, dilly, man. You know how much Bud Light you could buy for $400?
Yeah, I got a lot in my refrigerator now. I could add some more.
Yeah, you have some more. You could buy a new fishing pole. There's a lot of things you can do, man. So I noticed you've been getting them here and there.
Yeah.
What's going on at Milton? I know that's your top lake. What's happening out there, man?
Oh, man. The past couple of days I've been out there getting catfish, bass, a couple crappie, bluegill. It's like everything right now is biting in that lake.
I know. This is the time, and I haven't had a chance to get out yet. And I got to get out there. So, yeah, maybe this weekend my son will take me out on the boat, you know. I've moved way down, though, man. I used to be like one of the top passengers. Now I'm like way down on the list. His girlfriend, his buddies, everybody goes on it but me now. You know, that's the way it goes. All right, dilly, Vinny, give me 3 numbers. Let's see if we can stock that refrigerator even further with more Bud Light.
028.
028 and not there this time. Not there this time, Vinny. All right, I'll see you on Facebook. Maybe I'll see you out on the lake, man.
Got some stimulus money.
Yeah, there you go. All right, take care, brother. Dilly.
And we got one more.
All right, who we got next? Kathy.
Is this Kathy?
Hello, Kathy. How are you?
Hey, Freddie.
You ready to win some money?
How are you?
You ready to win some money?
Hey, we're gonna give it a try.
I hope so. Come on now. The weekend's coming up. I'm sure you could use $400 in party cash, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Give us 3 digits here, and let's see if we can hook you up with some cash.
234.
834?
It's in 234.
Oh, 234?
2. Yeah.
2, 3, 4. All right. Oh, not the number, Kathy. Sorry about that.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Okay, you too. Thanks. You know, this has always been, ever since I've been on the radio, I always want people to win no matter what. And I feel bad if they don't. I would, if it was up to me, even when we were giving away concert tickets or everything, I would want to give it to everybody. I would want everybody to win, you know?
You're such a good dude.
But, so there we go. Oh, wait a minute. What the heck happened to my screen here? What do I got to push?
You got it?
I got the little tap and find the flowers here.
You scroll up from the bottom.
Oh, there we go.
Disappears.
Okay.
That was a lot of nice little callers there. Thank you guys for playing. This is awesome.
All right. So that's, we got everybody now?
Yeah, got everybody caught up. So 330-595-1600 is the number if you want to get in on the contest and guess a 3-digit code to open my lockbox.
And there it is, man. 4 brand new crisp $100 bills just sitting in there.
I wonder if somebody's sitting at home eliminating numbers as they're being spoken, and eventually they just whittle it down to knowing.
Oh, you could probably do that.
Yeah.
That would be a way to do that. And of course, the clue, give that clue one more time, because this is kind of an important clue.
Yeah, so I needed to come up with that 3-digit number, and I was thinking, all right, where am I going to come up with this number? And I looked up at the clock. All
right. So that might help you a little bit. That might help you a little bit.
Yeah. There's a couple eliminations that can happen off that clue.
There's a few. Mainly on the middle number, and that's all I'm saying.
That's it.
Okay. That's all we're going to say on that.
You're a bad poker player, aren't you?
I know.
I got an ace. Play it.
Oh, there was a good one on poker the other day. I just happened to be scanning, and I guess they got this one guy, he's the Sheik, and the Sheik is like a prick and the big mouth and a loud mouth, and he ended up losing, and I felt so good. I never saw these guys before, and when he lost,
you're rooting him against him.
It was, I was definitely rooting against him right from the get-go, and when he lost, I was like, all right, good, man. Good to see that asshole get off of there. See you later, buddy. All right, let's see. What were we going to talk about?
We got another call coming in.
Oh,
you want to take that one more time?
Yeah, let's take another call.
All right, it's in screening, so buy me like 30 seconds here.
Okay, all right.
So,
but the poker, is that something you really watch on TV? I bet you could do solitaire on TV, because whenever you play solitaire, somebody's always looking over your shoulder, right?
Yes,
and
right.
I think,
move the jack.
Move the jack. Hey, that's a 3 on the 4, 3 on the 4, and I think people would watch that. They would love to sit there and watch this thing. So, all right.
All right, we got Chad.
Hey, Chad, how you doing today, man?
Great. How you guys doing?
Good. I'd like to make your day even better. I'd like you to kick off the weekend with $400 in cash in your pocket. We got 4 brand new crisp $100 bills in Joe's lockbox, and also a pair of AirPods too, which is not a bad little prize as well. So I'm sure you could use $400. I don't even know why I say, hey, you think you could use $400? No, I just, yeah. So what are you going to do with that money? Are you partying, or are you paying bills with this?
I'm gonna party my ass off with it.
All right, there you go. Now you got to win. Okay, come on, Chad. Give me the right 3 digits here, man. Let's go.
How about 612?
612. Not there, Chad. Not this time. Keep that in mind, though. So
knock it off the board.
Maybe Tuesday we'll give you another shot at it if nobody wins today.
All right.
All right, man. Take care. Chad. All right, Chad, have a good weekend. I know it's only Thursday, but for me, that we kick off the weekend a day early.
There you go.
Yeah.
You believe how many people got excited about our trip up to Geneva on the Lake?
Oh.
We probably got a group of 50 people coming from Youngstown up to Geneva on the Lake on that day.
That will be wild.
The caravan.
That will be a lot of fun. That will definitely be a lot of fun, and we'll have the bus up there, and we'll be drinking wine and going to all the different bars and just doing what people normally do at Geneva on the Lake.
I called the Visitors Bureau and I said, hey, I just want to let you know some rowdy people from Youngstown might be showing up, and we might be taking up like a whole block of space.
Yeah.
And they're like, call these people, because they didn't want to deal with us. But yeah, they're expecting us.
His name is, we just call him Chief. And you'll know him because he has a car with blue and red flashing lights.
And he carries a gun right. and a nightstick.
You'll know him. You'll know him when you see him. I keep trying to, my hair's a mess today. Oh, there we go. And I'm looking in the in the monitor, and I can never think which I'm reaching, and it's like
to the
okay,
left,
what?
right?
Yeah,
It's reversed. Yep.
I don't even know. All right, there we go. That's better.
What's with the Blue Jays deal? Is that your son's?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, my son works for the Blue Jays, and the big team is still playing their games down in Florida for a couple more weeks, and then they're going to move to the AAA facility in Buffalo because they're in Canada and you can't travel. So they're kind of stuck in the United States. So they played the Yankees these last 3 games, and they took 2 or 3 from the Yankees. So that's why I wore this side. Wait, what side? Okay, there we go. It's crazy. I can't look in the monitor and touch myself. Wait, that didn't come out right.
No, that's a porno title right there.
Right. Yeah, that did not come out right. But anyways, so the Blue Jays took 2 or 3 from the Yankees, and it was a big deal. And I hate the Yankees, so I figured I'd give a little nod. Wait, what's that? There we go. All right. Yeah, if you're just listening to this on the podcast and not watching it, it's like, okay, I look in the monitor, the TV monitor. I don't know which side.
It's sort of like when you tell someone they have something on the left side of their face and you watch them try to get it off the right side of their face over and over again. That's what we're doing here.
That's what we're doing here. But and the Yankees fans are just so obnoxious, man. Every time I went to I went to a game in Yankee Stadium, it was never an enjoyable experience. No. It was never, even both times I went recently, the Indians won, which made me feel good, but it was a lot of work to be there, man. You know, I mean, there was a lot of swearing and bird flipping and near fights and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, oh, it's an enjoyable day, I'm going to go see my baseball team. I mean, they make it rough for the visiting fans. And when you get to the Bronx, right around the stadium, you'll see all those sports bars around there, and all of them will have signs up to say visitors colors not welcome and that sort of thing. But that last one I went to, man, it was really a hostile environment. It really was. A lot of drunk assholes too. You know, I mean, if I would sum up the Yankees fans that I was around at Yankee Stadium, assholes. I mean, there was no 2 ways about it. Yeah. And at least the Indians won. And we were sitting down pretty close to the field. So when we left, and then we got our gear on. So
so is it better or worse if they win or lose? Would you rather the Indians lose so you don't have to put up with the fans? Like,
oh, no, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference. And we had to walk all the way up, to the get out, all the way up that section. And, people are booing and throwing stuff, and we're flipping them off. Yeah. And it was, but it was kind of cool because I felt like, I was a heel going into like WrestleMania. I knew how those wrestlers felt. It was like coming up there and I'm waving my Indians hat and flipping them off, and they're
flexing in front of them.
Yeah, it was. But the only difference between that and pro wrestling is those people were serious and they really wanted to hit you. It wasn't fake. No. We left a little early that one game because it was like I don't want to be on this subway with all these people with this Indians gear because it's going to be a messed up day.
What about when in Cleveland? Any run-ins with opposing fans on your home turf?
Well, I mean, the Yankees fans are obnoxious wherever they go,
right?
And it's just the way it is. But it's not as bad when you're in your own stadium, but when you're at Yankee Stadium, boy, they make it tough. And from what I hear, this past, these last couple games down in Florida, they were pretty obnoxious too, because there's a ton of Yankees fans in Florida. Their training facility is right there in Tampa, their spring training facility. And there are just so many people from New York that retired down to Florida. And the Yankees fans, they travel everywhere. All the front runners, everybody wants to be a Yankees fan because, like Steelers fans, it's easy to root for a winning team that kind of thing. But yeah, that's why I wore the Blue Jays shirt today in honor of them taking 2 or 3 from the Yankees. How about the Tribe yesterday? Oh, they got no hit. It was like 8-0 in the first inning. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Plesac. He's a good guy. He's a good kid, and he's a good pitcher. But yesterday something just went really, really wrong. And then that guy had that perfect game in the 9th inning. Rodon, I think his name was, right? Rodon, and he has that perfect game, not only a no-hitter, but a perfect game. And then I think he hit, who did he hit? Ramirez or, I forget who he hit, scraped him on the foot and blew his perfect game, and he got a walk, but then he still got the no-hitter. But it was like, it was exciting to watch anyways, even though the Tribe was on the
losing end of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And so far, the baseball season's been a lot of fun. I just wish that MLB would stay out of the politics. You know, you don't need to be involved in that. Let things go. Let that play out where it's going to play out. You don't have to jump in on that.
Yeah, this is where we go to escape from that.
Right. And plus, when you think about it, look at how they're really hurting the fans and everybody in Atlanta. Okay, if you're a baseball fan in Atlanta, now you're pissed off. You wanted to see
you finally got in your town.
You wanted to see the All-Star game in your town. You wanted to see your team. You wanted to see your stadium on TV. You wanted to be able to be there. And then everybody with the hotels and bars and restaurants and even the people that park cars, the ushers, everybody were going to make a little extra money. Everybody's going to get some money, and now they're not going to get it. And then you bring that political element into it. So now you got other people pissed off at you as well. So I don't see how it's a good situation.
Not at all.
Yeah, let that play out where in the arenas where that stuff plays out, and let the sports be sports. That's all I want to say.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'm with you.
And I don't want to get too far into that, but and then, you really can't. I don't even want to go down this road. This ain't a political talk show.
Yeah, how about them Brownies picking up Clowney, man?
Yeah, now see, I don't know how to look at that. I know Vike was talking about that the other day. I haven't really focused a lot on football here lately, but we got our draft party coming up at Magic Tree pretty soon, and I was thinking about that. And, the guy's played for 4 different teams. He's only had like 10 sacks a season. He's been hurt a lot. But if we get that 10 good games out of him, I think it'll be great.
Worth the money for sure.
We got one year contract, so maybe he'll really want to show something.
Right.
And even if he plays really good with us for one season and moves on, then we get the next guy coming up. But it's crazy this year for being a Browns fan, because usually at this point of the season, we're always talking about who's going to be our first round draft pick. We usually have the first draft pick, and who's it going to be, and what are we going to get? We're going to get this quarterback, and who's our head coach going to be? And now it's like we've had that almost every year for the last 20 years, and now it's like who we pick in a draft isn't really that important, because we signed all these tough free agents and big names, and now it's like where the team is looking stacked, and it's like whoa, this is a little different than, well, we're rebuilding again and we got a new coach, and if we get this guy in the number 1 pick, and
your season doesn't hinge on what happens next.
And it's actually kind of cool to be in that situation, because we're not always in that. And let's see.
But I'll tell you, Clowney, if we get the college version of Clowney, he's a beast.
Yeah.
It's a totally different player when he came to the NFL. You're right. He was hurt and just didn't look the same.
Him and Myles Garrett together, and and then we beefed up the secondary. It could be crazy.
Yep.
It could be crazy. And if everybody plays like they did last year on offense, and we work Beckham into the mix, hopefully he's not going to be a distraction, and hopefully we could get some good games out of him and some big plays that he could make, and then with Higgins and Landry and Chubb and Hunt and Mayfield.
Right. Peoples-Jones, that little dude.
I mean, it could be crazy. And that now you get a little worried, though, because here comes the hype, and the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl and everything.
Please don't start that.
There are people out there, hey, the Browns could do it. The Browns could do it. And I like it, and I'm happy, but it's also, I don't know, Davey. Just let us go about our business, because actually that's what I thought was cool that happened this last year is with the COVID and all that. There wasn't a preseason. There wasn't all this hype. People weren't focusing on this guy, that guy, putting a lot of pressure on Mayfield. We just come in under the radar, started the season.
Yeah, we might just not play the exhibition games and just go ahead in the season. Can you turn in an L and say you got this one?
That would be nice. That would be nice, but I don't know. It's the Browns, and you're always apprehensive. But I'll tell you, I haven't felt this good about the Browns in I can't tell you how long. It's just really a good feeling. It's really a good feeling, and everybody's pumped for this season. And I'll tell you, I'm having fun with the Tribe. I always like baseball. I wait for baseball season to come around, and that's always been big for me and my kids. Even if the team wasn't winning or whatever, it was something for us to do. Right. You go to Cleveland, you go to Pittsburgh, grab a bite to eat, walk around the town a little bit, see some sights, go to the game, hang out. That's what I like about it. But yeah, we'll see.
I'm going to try to get into hockey sometime soon. I mean, I'm taking your advice here. If it's,
Yeah, no, hockey's the best, though. It really is. Hockey is just so fast paced and physical, and I like everything about hockey. The Pens are doing pretty good. Although, right now I don't want to talk too much about sports because I haven't really been following it that closely. I'll turn on the game or whatever, but I don't think I can really get into like an in-depth conversation about, what about, like a sports talk type deal, because I'm not really, that up on it. But I watch all the games or listen to the games or whatever, and I already went to see the Tribe in Detroit. That was nice. That was a lot of fun. I had a blast at the game.
Good.
And Detroit's such a nice town. I know it's got a tough reputation, but like the buildings and stuff see, I like all those old aging industrial towns like Youngstown, Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo. Pittsburgh seems to be cleaned up a lot. Pittsburgh isn't like, somebody's, and I just like those kind of towns, and I think Detroit's just to drive around Detroit, I think is really cool.
Yeah. And it had a couple rough years where stuff started falling apart a little bit, but they've come back a little bit.
It's I just like to go anywhere. I just like to go. But yeah, we had a good time.
Is the bike out of the garage? I got it.
Oh yeah. I've been out on the bike here, not as much as I would like to, but it's running. It's on the road. It's got some miles. It's not been neglected.
Okay, good.
And I've just waited. This weekend I think is going to be so though. I'm not really.
Yeah, we're still in the 50s again.
Yeah. Hey, what do we got here? How about this one? A teacher and a basketball coach at a North Carolina high school were killed in a shootout after trying to rob the house of a Mexican drug cartel member.
Oh, my goodness.
They must have been watching Breaking Bad or something.
I know, really.
Because these guys, I guess it was in a mobile home somewhere, and they were in like bulletproof vests and stuff, and a teacher and a gym teacher and a basketball coach. And they went to rob these guys. And then I guess some other gang members come by, and the police said it was an Old West shootout.
Dang.
Who thinks of that stuff? A school teacher. You're a school teacher, and you think you're going to go shoot it out with the cartel?
Oh man,
those guys must have been planning that. They were like, these guys they'll never see it coming.
Nope,
they'll never expect this. But
I'll pretend I'm a Bible salesman and we'll get them.
Yeah, they said it was an Old West shootout, and the teachers didn't come out on the right end of that. What makes somebody think that was a good idea? That's what I want to know.
I had no idea.
And these are people teaching your kids, This is your kid's basketball coach or whatever.
Yeah. Did you see that a homeless community they were making meth, and they had an explosion in this like under the bridge area?
Oh,
a bunch of homeless people trying to make meth had an explosion in their lab.
That's almost like some kind of a song.
Yeah.
The explosion at the homeless meth lab or whatever under the bridge. Oh man. How about all these stabbings too? Guys, if you're in Warren, Ohio and you're upsetting your old lady, chances are you're going to get stabbed. There was a couple of stabbings in Warren. One happened, 32-year-old man had stab wounds to the head, shoulder, arms, and hands. The victim told police that a woman he had been dating pulled a knife and began stabbing him and then left. And there was another one, an hour and a half later, they were called to Hall Street, and they found a bloody 49-year-old man with a leg wound. The victim, who was using an electrical cord as a tourniquet, claimed that he was arguing with his ex-girlfriend, and she stabbed him in the leg and fled the scene. And then in Masury, guy was getting into a little tussle with his girlfriend. She was going to leave him or whatever. She came over, robbed him of $70, and stabbed him in the eye with a box cutter.
Whoa.
Now, getting stabbed is one thing. Getting stabbed in the eye with a box cutter by a woman, boy, So, guys, if you're out there, upsetting your ladies, especially in the Warren area, they're going to cut you.
Yes.
I think there was another one, too, where a woman stabbed a guy in Warren not too long ago, and she was like, you could see she had an attitude, and she had a prison record and said she'd stab the bitch again and things like that. And he ain't going to testify against me. And that's my boo. And he ain't it's like, shoo, but just think that for a woman just to stab you like that, not even think twice, just to pull out a knife and stab you.
Man.
Although the guys probably pissed him off to that point. Then there was this other story in Warren. A woman was arrested after she spray painted the word meth head in green spray paint on somebody's house. And then when the lady that owned the house, I don't know if she was a meth head, she came out and she spray painted her green too. At least she didn't stab her.
Assault with aerosol.
Yeah, are you getting ready? Are you getting ready for St. Patty's Day? Is that what this is?
They're all
top of the morning to you. And the meth head was probably upset. Hey, you're wasting all that good spray paint. We could be sniffing that. We could be humping that stuff, man. What's wrong with you?
Right?
Why are you doing that? Don't be wasting that good spray paint like that. But that's Warren, Ohio, man, or Warren out, Ohio.
See, now you don't have to go to Florida to find this jacked up stuff. It's right
you know
20
what?
miles north.
We are giving Florida man a run for his money, man. Now the COVID's winding down. What else? Oh, yeah, there it is. Propane caused explosion at Kalamazoo homeless camp. Oh, no, the drug lab inside okay, that was in Denver. Drug lab inside Denver homeless camp caused the explosion.
Yeah, that was for real. I mean, it's got to be that somebody's using it as cover or something like that, because you just don't see homeless people get together and have 30 propane tanks.
Oh, I don't know. They probably figured it out. They probably figured it out.
All right.
Wow.
There you go.
The homemade homeless meth camp. Jeez. I'll tell you, I saw some pictures somebody posted not too long ago of like homeless people in Philadelphia in this bad neighborhood. I watched that thing and I was like, this is in the United States. It was pathetic. I mean, these people, they were sleeping on the streets and they were freaking out on heroin and just like, first of all, how this guy even was able to shoot this video without getting shot is beyond me. But, and it was in Philadelphia and it was like, it could have been a third world country.
Yeah.
It looked like some back alley in Ecuador or Venezuela or something. And it was Philadelphia. It's like, man, this is going on in our country, but okay, I'm getting a little too close to political. Get a little too close to political here.
All right.
We got a call?
Yeah,
all right.
We got Sandy.
Sandy, are you there? Hey, Sandy.
Hi, that's Freddie.
How you doing, Sandy?
I'm trying to win some money. How are you?
I'm doing good. You ready to try to win some money?
You were talking about Philadelphia, and it got me sad about Detroit. I've been to Detroit, and it's sad like that, too.
I know, man. It's some of the stuff that you see on the streets of America. It was almost like, how could this be? This is the United States, and it looks like it's, some back streets in some slum in Mexico or something. It's crazy. Well, you want to try to win this money?
It's in our valley.
Yeah, here too. Give me a 3-digit number here. Give me 3 numbers. Let's see if you could open this safe and win $400.
714.
714, the world famous 714. Sorry, Sandy.
Oh, the Quaaludes. Oh, God bless America.
I hear you. Thanks, Sandy.
714.
Have a good one. 714. She's the first one that played 714. Now, I thought 714 would have been a popular number too, with everybody jumping on 420. I thought we'd have more 714s too. But now, 420 and 714 are not the numbers.
And I think we've hit all the big ones now.
Yeah, 666. It wasn't 666. Nope. It wasn't 714.
Nope.
And you can't do 5150 because that's not there.
No.
And since we don't have letters, you can't do OU812. So that's out. But all right. Anyways, we'll see what's going on.
Joe from Facebook says Roundhouse Whiskey Light turns on Sunday. Put-in-Bay opens this weekend. Can't wait.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun. Man, that's why I got to get my buddy Mike Mad Dog Adams on the show. I've been talking to Mad Dog. He wants to come on. We got to do it. And he's been playing at the Roundhouse now for 41 years. That is one of my all-time favorite places to party. The Roundhouse at Put-in-Bay. That's another place we should probably really try to do the show from Put-in-Bay.
For sure.
It's like right on the boardwalk there, or maybe even from the Roundhouse in the middle of the afternoon.
I'll make some calls.
Maybe we could do it on like a Saturday when it's packed, and we could be out there sitting on the patio and broadcasting live and talking to the people. And
you think they'll take the bus on the ferry? I think I could fit the bus on the ferry.
They could take it. They could take it.
And Ron says, loved him on 93.3. Had a contest for tickets to see Kiss. I came there in two-piece bikini and won on air with him.
I remember that. Yep. I'll tell you, though, you want to talk about somebody cool, and I know they get a lot of slack, but Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley from Kiss, every dealing that we had with them, they were just as cool as could be. I have nothing bad to say about Gene or Paul. I mean, they were just good, fun-loving guys, and we did more than one show with them and some other things. The one thing we did was lunch with Kiss, and you could only get into luncheon if you won tickets on the air, and so we had it, and it was over at the Magic Twanger when it was still a restaurant, and we had them there, and they come up, and they were just hanging with everybody and signing. And it wasn't like they just walked in and said hi. They stood there, they stayed there the whole time, just sat around, walked around, talked to everybody. And then when it was over, there was a lot of fans waiting outside that were just hoping to get a glimpse of them or try to get something autographed. And they just went down there and signed stuff for everybody and took pictures with everybody. And even when they were on the air and just hanging out with us, they were really cool. They were really good guys. I have nothing bad to say about Paul or Gene. Very cool. Just really, really cool guys to hang out with. Maybe in other circumstances they might not have been, but I know anything that we ever had to do with them, it was just as cool as could be.
Yep.
And I have nothing bad to say about those guys.
Did you see the shirts that Youngstown Clothing Company put together?
No, Youngstown Clothing Company?
Yeah.
What did they put together? Well, since you're talking about Youngstown businesses, I am going to have a hit of Penguin City beer here. Hey, Penguin City, I'll tell you, they're coming along. Oh, look at what kind of shirts they have here. Oh, they got Wedgwood Pizza, Ernie McDougal's, Wedgwood Pizza, the Varsity Club, Pogo's Pub. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Pal Joey's. Oh, they got a Magic Twanger shirt. Those are pretty cool. I got to get one that says Hollywood Tavern. I think there's a place in Struthers that does these kind of T-shirts too. I think they have one from the notorious Hollywood Tavern over on the south side of Youngstown from back in the day.
So paying a little homage to great bars around the valley.
That's pretty wild. Ernie McDougal's. I forgot all about that place. Now we'll end up taking another stroll down Gin Mill memory lane. I saw somebody posted that today. Every once in a while, but we've talked about that so many times, and sometimes I just think, do we talk about that too much? We always talk about Pogos and this bar and that bar, and You just start running them down, and everybody's like, "Oh,
everybody's got a memory though about those places."
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Everybody had their favorite bar back in the day. Let me see if I could find that. Let's see. Jose Ramirez hits a 2-run homer in the top of the 6th. The Indians take a 2-1 lead over the White Sox. All right, let me see what we could do here. If I could find that. It was just like, what bars were around, or did you go to that aren't around anymore? And as always, there's a million of them. And then you just start looking at them. Somebody mentioned Country Junction. That was a fun one. That was over on 46 and I-80 before there was anything there. And it was right where Bob Evans is.
Okay.
And it was just a country bar there, and it was a good time. Great band. Good time. Let's see.
David says the Wander Inn would be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Bars.
And then Joe Fecco says, you let me know the time and place at Put in Bay, Freddie. Remember, my boy worked there for a long time.
I just love Put in Bay. And I haven't been there in ages for whatever reason, but it's a good time. It's a good time. It's just such a party atmosphere, man. Bar's not around anymore. I don't see that. It was on Facebook. Somebody had a Facebook picture of it, and I was going to be like, where are we at? Woman knocks out lawyer after he insulted his girlfriend at a bowling alley. Okay.
And if you want to call 330-595-1600, you can, all program long, you can win the $400 and the pair of AirPods that are in my lockbox. So
all you have to do is come up with that 3-digit number.
That's it.
And a little hint that might help you out is that it was a time on a clock.
Time on a clock.
So Joe looked at the clock, and that's how he was inspired.
Yeah.
Because a few people that I've talked to, they were thinking that you had something a lot deeper into it, knowing you and your mad scientist brain and your high tech stuff, and it's got to be. I said no. It's just something off of a clock.
I couldn't be predictable. I had to outmaneuver them.
I think you did, because everybody that I talked to thought that you had some sort of crazy logic behind this, and some kind of mathematical formula or something that everybody would have a hard time figuring out.
And so the riddle got deeper than it really was.
Yeah, so that's what people were thinking. They were just a little concerned about, it's a mathematical formula. I know it is, or
what's the binary code for red?
Yeah, things along those things. I'm like, no, believe me, it's not. It was on the clock. It was very simple. I looked
up and.
Are you sure? Pinch with Pride, St. Stan's Pierogies T-shirt. That's a good one.
Youngstown Pride?
Yeah. The Youngstown Pride, Mickey Monas. Boy, what a character he was, huh? Yep. It figures that the biggest scandal in business in the history of America took place right here in Youngstown.
Yes.
We're number one. We're number one. I tell you, Mickey, though, when he had Farmore going, we used to make a lot of money from Farmore doing remotes and broadcast, and they spent a lot of money on the radio around here. And then Mickey also, that's back when I was doing Jimmy Buffett night over at the Boatyard on Belmont Avenue. And that was kind of like his hang, because I guess, and whenever he would have business meetings for Farmore or whatever, he would always bring the people there. And then when he was doing the LPGA, he would bring all the golfers down there, and that was like his main hang. And I can remember him being in there, and when he was in there, he would be like holding court. He'd be sitting in his booth, and he'd have bunch of people all around him, and he's buying everybody drinks and stuff.
It's like the mechanic shop in the back, right? Those types of guys.
No, it was more like business type. All right. Business type people. And like I say, he had his whole crew there, and he really did a lot for that bar. And I can remember one time I saw in the paper that the owner of the boathouse wrote a letter to the editor of the Vindicator, and he was talking about how the business went down after Mickey's problems and after Mickey went away. And then it was like the next week, then Mickey's dad wrote a response to that original letter, and he took it like the guy that owned the boathouse or the boatyard was blaming all his problems on Mickey, but in a bad way. But I think he was just stating that Mickey was such a good customer that when he left,
all that business,
he lost a lot of business, but he wasn't like pointing the finger. And I think Mickey's dad took it like he was pointing his finger, but it was just obvious that all the business that he generated for the place, with the business meetings and bringing his friends there and the LPGA and stuff. And when that went away, that took a toll.
Yeah, he did spread a lot of good business around the area before it went away.
Yeah, we used to do remotes at Farmore all the time. I remember Boots Bell used to shoplift at Farmore all the time. Oh, yeah, we got to mention Boots. That's one of our...
had to do it.
I didn't mention the Tomorrow Club yet today, and I didn't mention Left End, and and Idora Park. The
trifecta.
Yeah, the subjects that we have to mention on every show. State law, swear to God. So, he had this little duffel bag where he had his microphone and all this stuff in there and a cord. And when we did the remotes at Farmore, we would have to, this was back in the day when you had to run cable and set up an antenna out back. And it was kind of a big setup. But we would have to go back in the storeroom, and Boots would have that little microphone case, and he would fill it up with Tylenol and toothpaste.
Wow.
And, just the whole thing, man. It was just like a little extra bonus.
That's just tip. Yeah.
Yeah. A little tip for doing such a great job on the broadcast. But yeah, I don't know how we got on Mickey Monas, but
we're looking at these, retro shirts.
Looking at these retro shirts from different places around Youngstown. That's how we got on that. But I tell you what, though, when we had Jimmy Buffett night going there, that used to be one of the biggest nights out. It was like the place to be, and we used to just have such a great time out there. The place was always packed. I think we did it on Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken, and it was just it was so much fun. It was just so much fun, and I'd like to see something like that again. We just had a blast there. That'd be one of my favorite gigs, was over at Boatyard. Oh, that's how we got it. We were doing the stroll down Gin Mill Memory Lane.
Yeah, right.
Okay, duh. Obviously, I spent way too much time there on Gin Mill Memory Lane. Those are hazy memories.
I usually write down our table of good ideas idea. I know we had one when Vike was here. I don't remember what it was, though. I didn't get to write it down.
Oh, yeah. Vike did have some kind of goofy idea right at the end that actually, was it about the lab coat and the medical survey?
Yes, yeah, on the street, lab coat medical survey. You're going to get him killed.
Right.
That's what it was.
We had this story at the end of the show last week. First of all, there was a story about a woman that was born with 2 vaginas. And I personally thought that the story was useless since there were no pictures involved. So in that case,
didn't happen.
It was kind of shaky. But then there was another story on there that it said researchers found that 1 in 4 women couldn't find their vagina. And I guess they did some kind of survey where they would hold up a picture of the female anatomy and ask women to identify each part. And that's where we got the idea of our next man on the street segment. We get Viking Jim, and we put him in a lab coat and a stethoscope
with the beard underneath the mask, right?
And maybe one of those little mirrors, those round mirrors that they wear, or just some scrubs and a surgical cap,
right?
And he has the picture of the female anatomy on a
carrying
clipboard,
the holster and the foot things,
and he just comes up and he, excuse me, ma'am, and he shows him the thing and says, "Can you show me your vagina?" And
I love this bit. I do. Did he say he would do it, or was he backing away from it?
I don't think Vike wants to do it, but I think Jaybird definitely wants to do it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll bring Jaybird out on a remote. And
oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
Or Vike, though. I think Vike with the lab coat and everything.
That'd be so good.
Because the creepier the person looks and the more bizarre they look, the better it's going to be.
For sure.
You know?
Absolutely.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you put your finger on your cervix? I'm doing a medical survey. Well, you got to start it off with, I'm doing a medical survey. And I was wondering if you can show me your vagina. I mean, point to your vagina.
The wording is critical, though. He's got to read it off the script.
Point to it on this picture. Can you put your finger on it? I think that would be a good one.
Yes.
We'd probably end up having to carry him away on a stretcher. I don't know how long that one would last.
In the short term.
Yeah, until the cops showed up or until he got his ass beat. I think it would be great, man. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right, let's see here. We got the meth heads spray painting people. Well, I don't think the person that spray painted was the meth head. The meth head was the person that got spray painted. Got all these stabbings in Warren. Women stabbing their own men. Oh, you know what I meant to talk about, and I gotta, send our condolences out to the family of Dr. Rock. And Dr. Rock, back in the 80s, 90s, the heydays of WRRO 1440 radio. He was the oldies guy, and he was the DJ at all the car shows, and he was just a great guy. He was a heck of a character, and he passed away this week of cancer. And I know a lot of people throughout the years have, partied with Dr. Rock at various car shows or listened to him on the radio. I mean, he was like one of them old school kind of Wolfman Jack type DJs. Back in the 70s, he was on WNIO in Niles. He was on 1390 WFMJ when all these stations were competing against WHOT. But he was a character, man. So if you look up some air checks on YouTube, I would like to play one, but they got all that music on there. And the minute we play that snippet of music, we'll get shut down because of the copyright laws. But just to hear him on there, he was a character. So everybody that knows Dr. Rock, I just want to pass on our condolences to his family. I had a chance to work with him a few times here and there. He was also the projectionist for a while when they had the Dirty Movie Theater in downtown Girard.
Really? He was the projectionist?
He was the projectionist, and he'd let me come in and watch the movie for free in the booth. Wow. That Dr. Rock, he was a heck of a guy.
Yeah, right.
That was my boy.
It's cleaner up there, you'd think. Hopefully. I
don't know. With Dr. Rock, maybe not. With Dr. Rock and some of his visitors up there, might not have been.
Get the blue light out.
What did they call that place? Cinema One. That's what it was. Cinema One in Girard. Now, when it was a legitimate movie theater, I think it was called the Wellington, I think. And then it became Cinema One when it became
that one right on Liberty Street. Now
theater?
It's
a church. It's some some kind of church.
Right.
So that made a real crazy transition. Yeah. But yeah, Dr. Rock, good guy. He kind of had that Wolfman Jack voice. And,
okay.
He would. It's look him up. But I'm not sure if they have it as Dr. Rock. I think the one it says Ron Leader on WNIO in 1972, and then there's another one on there that just says WFMJ 1390. I think 1971. And you get just that old school kind of crazy stuff. And then, as he got older, he was still able to continue on with the oldies and the car cruises and being on the radio as Dr. Rock. So, good guy. Sorry to see that he lost his battle with cancer.
We've lost a lot of talented people this year.
Oh, I know. Oh, heck. What else? What else do I want to talk to today? I know I wanted to look at the, we'll do rock news, and then we got to look at some of the Craigslist. I was on
Favorite
Craigslist.
segment, man. Favorite segment.
You know, when we run out of absolutely anything to say, here's how the show... There's different levels to this show. I mean, there's the real good level when we have all our good guests, and we get primo guests. When we have guests, we get primo guests. We get the best guests around. Seriously,
the A team.
Yeah, when we get the A team in, it's the A team. When we get Tom Faginski and Jerry Sanafani and Steve Vuich and the Huck and Phil Billies and Paul Scourin and Leanne Binder and Rama, and when we get those people, it's really, really good. And then there's some days. And then there's some days, me and you could sometimes make a little something
Yuck
happen.
it up, right?
And then, as you know, we continue to go downhill. And then when Vike comes in, when Vike's here, it's like, okay, obviously a guest canceled and they couldn't find anybody. And they have absolutely nothing to say. So they're just going to put him in there and see what he could babble on about.
In the clutch, though. He's always showing up,
he's
right?
Clutch, though.
Yep.
He does. He'll come down. And it doesn't matter what he's doing.
No.
He might be sitting at home eating gummy bears to ease his back pain. He might be sitting there smoking a bowl and playing table hockey with his wife.
And we haven't had to even bribe him. No giblets or
No.
nothing.
The last couple of times we didn't even have to say, hey, we got alcohol here.
We got him here with espresso. Who would have thought?
That's because he was already drunk before he came here.
Gotcha.
He was already
That
drinking
makes
before he got here.
That makes sense.
So anyways... So that's how those are the levels of the show. There's the A level where we get really good guests. Then there's kind of the B level when we sit here and maybe me and Joe have a decent show. Yep. And then we sink down to the next level and then we get Vike in. Right. And then when we resort to the Youngstown Craigslist, it's
Bottom.
like we have nothing else. It's like we have nothing else to bring.
But the trend is you always pop above. Like you always follow the bottom of the barrel up.
Yeah.
With another A team shortly after.
Yeah.
So I got faith in you.
Well, sometimes it's hard because not everybody could come down at a certain time. And it's 4:20, by the way. Viking Jim, it's 4:20 wherever you may be, brother. But I'm going to take a sip of this Penguin City. I think they're doing good. It's going to look good when they get that building all painted and everything.
I saw the mock-ups. That's beautiful down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that when you had Zany on the other day, that exchange between the two of you when he kept referring back to like, I was in Vegas and now I'm on the Fast Freddie show.
Yeah, every once in a while I could call on somebody like that to come on the show as well. Every once in a while we could pull that off. All right, let's see. This date in rock history, on this date in 1975, Ron Wood joined the Rolling Stones. Ronnie Wood, I think the guy's like 70-some years old. His wife, I believe, is 42. And his daughter from another marriage is older than his wife. And I think he has twin 12-year-old girls.
Dang.
And the guy's like 71, 72. Same with Mick Jagger. I mean, when you look at there's just something about being a Rolling Stone. I mean, it's probably the coolest. It's the coolest thing you would probably ever want to be a Rolling Stone. And Ron Wood, I'll tell you, I really liked him when he was with the Faces with Rod Stewart too. They just had that basic rock and roll with the organ and just the guitar riffs and Rod Stewart singing. Yeah, I mean, that was a heck of a band there. But he's been in the Rolling Stones since 1975.
Dang, man.
And he's the youngest member. He's been in there the least amount of time from 1975, I think. Wow. But I like Ron Wood. He's an artist too, and he had an exhibit at the Butler Art at one time.
Did he really?
And I think somebody told me that they ran into him and a couple of hot chicks in a limo in downtown Youngstown. They were looking for a place to go party or something like on a Tuesday night.
Was his art any good, or was this like a Jordan playing baseball type of thing?
No, he's a pretty good artist. Yeah, he does a lot of good pictures of the Stones and that sort of thing. You can look that up. He's got a lot of nice artwork out there. So anyways, on this date in 1975, the Rolling Stones signed up Ronnie Wood as was their guitarist. He always looked like he should be a member of the Rolling Stones anyways. You know, he got that black hair, that shag haircut and everything. He just looks like a Rolling Stone. It's like he was made to be in the Rolling Stones. I hope the Stones get the chance to go on tour. That's one band I got to see. I got to see the Stones at some point in time. Let's see here. On this date in 1973, Charlie Daniels released his first big hit song, Uneasy Rider. One of my favorites. Taking a trip down to L.A., tooling along in my Chevrolet, toking on a number and digging on the radio. Nice. You know, and the guy with green teeth reached out and kicked old green teeth right in the knee. That song used to be the greatest. Now, see, there's a guy that I think should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think they neglect some of the country leaning, Southern rock leaning guys, probably because of politics for one thing. And I mean, I would think Charlie Daniels should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Janet Jackson, because he had a big string of hits on rock radio back in the day. When those songs came out, was that 1973, 74, 75? All those songs were played on rock and roll radio. You know, Devil Went Down to Georgia, South's Gonna Do It Again, Long-Haired Country Boy. All those songs were just crazy big on rock radio. And he was like kind of one of those guys that I think was the bridge between rock and country. And I think he played a part in the rock influences that you hear in country today. But he was doing this back in 1973, 74. And I think that there should be some kind of recognition to that. And
now, what's country's version? I mean, they got to have something in Nashville that's like.
Oh yeah, they have the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but it's all country music performers, unlike some other Hall of Fames. You know,
Lady Gaga's not in the country.
We ain't mentioning any names. No, you know, I hate to break it to you, but Janet Jackson is not in the Country Music Hall of Fame. But I think some of them country guys should be in there. I think Waylon Jennings should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he's another one. He played with Buddy Holly and the Crickets, for crying out loud. And back in the 70s, he was recording songs from Neil Young, and he was another one that was bridging that gap and crossing things over where, you know, they were getting that rock influence and bringing it into country music. And I think he's another one that gets neglected. Hell, Willie Nelson should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if you ask me. If you're going to let Janet Jackson in,
hell yeah.
You know, Willie, just by his look, his attitude. Ooh, there's a penguin beer coming back at me. Little penguin swimming back upstream there. But, you know, I think that, there's a few of those guys. I'd put Hank Williams Jr. in there. I mean, some of these guys that started blending the country music with Neil Young and, you know, and they were like some of the first guys to actually play songs that they wrote with their own band. Back in Nashville, that wasn't always the thing, you know, and these were the guys that broke that ground. And I think when you listen to the influence of rock in country today, you got to look at these guys for being the ones that brought that into it.
Right.
And when they talk about why they have LL Cool J or some of these other people in the Rock Hall, because they go, well, you know, when you go from the Temptations and Stevie Wonder and Little Richard and R&B and this, and you know, that was rock and roll and this is how they fit in. Well, I think they should do the same thing for the country artists as well. Absolutely. Especially these guys that have, you know, they're more. Why isn't Jimmy Buffett in the Rock and Roll
like
Hall
that
of Fame?
Influence? Yeah,
right. He's another one. You can't turn on the. You know, he started out as kind of a. I don't know. He's always just been his own genre. And now it seems like country music has finally caught up to Jimmy Buffett because every other song you hear, they're singing about margaritas and being on the beach and, you know, Kenny Chesney and, you know, there's that one margarita, two margarita. There's so many songs out there about beaches and margaritas and stuff. And Jimmy was doing that when he was still kind of, you know, he's one of them guys they didn't really know where to put him. Was he a rocker? Right. Was he country? No, he's not country, but he's more rock. But no, wait, he's not, you know, and he just kind of had his own thing going. But he's another one that should probably be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, he got really big. His big break is when he opened for the Eagles on the Hotel California tour. So you're sitting there thinking, okay, this is another guy that should be in there. If you're going to let Janet Jackson and LL Cool J and these people, though, these people have an influence on rock, probably more of an influence on rock than these people.
Yep.
But yeah, that's not for me to decide. Oh, I'll take
another coffee on it.
I'll take one. Well, let me finish my point here, and then we'll move on. Another guy that I definitely think should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and isn't is Glenn Campbell, because as a matter of fact, my buddy Mike Mad Dog Adams, he posted a video the other day of Glenn Campbell doing a guitar solo on the song Galveston. And this is a guitar solo that was just as good, a virtuoso, and I posted it, and then we had a little conversation going on about Glenn Campbell, and he's another one. Now, he was a member of the Wrecking Crew studio musicians that were on just about every freaking song in the 60s, They were backup musicians, and they were so good, and they were on everybody's records, and Glenn Campbell was a part of that as a guitarist. And then, he was in a band called the Champs that had Tequila out. He was played with the Beach Boys, and then Glenn Campbell is on records by the Beach Boys, Bobby Darin, Frank Sinatra, Ricky Nelson, Dean Martin, Nat King Cole, the Monkees, Nancy Sinatra, Merle Haggard, Jan and Dean, Bing Crosby, Phil Spector, Sammy Davis Jr., Doris Day, the Everly Brothers, the Cascades, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Wayne Newton, the First Edition, the Kingston Trio, Roger Miller, Lou Rawls, Claude King, Lauren Green, and Elvis Presley.
Dang, what a list.
And this guy isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, it's almost a travesty. Yep. If you're going to let Janet Jackson in, and I hate I don't really hate hammering on Janet Jackson. She has no business being in there. That's right. LL Cool J has no business being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think he's in there. I'm pretty sure he's in there. Run DMC, some of these guys. But I mean, if you're going to take their influence on rock through the R&B road, then I think you should have some of these other people, their influence on country through the rock and roll, but you don't see it there. So it should be a two-way street. Right. But Glenn Campbell, you had the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour. That was also a big popular TV show back in the day. And he would play a lot of new music clips on there. I remember watching the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour, and that's the first time that I saw all those clips from the Beatles' Let It Be movie. And I can remember watching that the first time. I know some of these older guys talk about when they were on Ed Sullivan. I thought when they were on the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour and they were showing those clips when they did, I think, Let It Be and Get Back and a couple other songs. I think they played 3 clips on there that night. They debuted it. And I'm sitting there watching that, and I thought the Beatles looked so freaking cool, and Billy Preston and the big fro. And that's when the Beatles had the beards and everything, and I'm just sitting there and I'm watching this. I'm going, now this is really cool, and that really blew me away. But it was on the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour, right? So that's why I always thought that he should probably be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For sure. All right, we're gonna take a call.
Yeah, can do that.
All right, who we got?
Let's go to. I think it's Rob. All right, Rob, you there?
Hi.
What's up, Rob? How you doing today?
Rob. Happy 420.
Hey, happy
420. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's 4:31 now, though.
You missed it.
Yeah, well, we do.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Close enough. Hey, close enough, right?
Kool and the Gang should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're cool, and they're from Youngstown.
Yeah, Kool and the Gang. Yeah, you know what? They should be. I could see Kool and the Gang and their connection with rock and roll through the old R&B and the Motown and that sort of stuff. I get that connection, and I see it's a part of when you look at what rock and roll was when Ellen Freed coined the term rock and roll and what kind of bands and what was considered rock and roll. I get all that, but some of the people I don't see the connection.
Kool and the Gang is quintessential, man, like the Doors and the Grateful Dead,
And
Kool and the Gang stood Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And the bell, and their father was a boxing champ from Youngstown.
No way, no.
Oh yeah.
On the South Side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ted Bell. I think his name was Ted Bell. I think his first name was Ted. Yeah, but he was a
last name Bell.
Yeah, he was a boxing champ from Youngstown. He was a heck of a boxer back in the day. All right, man, sounds good. Hey,
knock him out.
Yeah, you want to give me a 3-digit number here to try to win this money?
why don't you just give it to me, man?
Now that's the attitude. I like that attitude. When people say, Fast Freddie, why do you have to make it so hard? All you got to do is just give it to me. Why do I have to come up with a number? Why do I have to call in? You got the money sitting there. Why don't you just hand it to me? Can't you just do that? All right, what's your
Fast Freddie?
Give me a 3-digit number.
Dude, my uncle was a safecracker from Cleveland, legit, back in like the 50s.
Uh-huh.
My aunt was married, my Uncle Billy, the safecracker, legit. So he's telling me the spirit of my uncle. Come on, Uncle Billy. Come on. It's 6, 5, 6.
6, 5, 6. Oh, sorry, man, not there. Well, thanks for calling in, man. Try again on Tuesday. See, now.
Call him again. Baba Bully, Baba Bully, Baba Bully.
All right, take care, man. A lot of people say that. Why do you have to ask a trivia question to give away the prize? Why do you have to hand out a raffle ticket and draw a number, and then you got to call my name? We can make this very easy. I could save you the work of doing all this by you just handing me the money. Why do you have to make it fun out of it? Why do you have to do that? It'd be a lot easier if you just gave me the money.
Just walked up to you and handed you money.
Can't we just do that? Just hand me the money.
That's a different game.
That's all I want. Yeah, Glenn Campbell, 64 million records sold, 29 top 10s, 4 Grammys, and a list of CMA awards a mile long. What a phenomenal talent.
So we've got the Notorious B.I.G., we've got Whitney Houston, we've got Stevie Nicks. Well, that's a good end.
Janet Jackson. Tupac. I mean, honestly, does NWA, do they really belong into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I mean, I know it's a stretch, but you know what? If you're going to stretch it that far in that direction, then where's the stretch in the other direction with with the country sounding guys, with the Southern rock sounding guys, right? But that's neither here nor there, I guess.
That's the complaint for the day, though. Got it out of the way.
I'm never going to change it. So, it's almost like, why do you even waste your time? Hey, I'll tell you what, a fun one to follow on Facebook is the Caesar Engler Productions. They're the guys that put all the shows together, all the rock shows together in Pittsburgh over the years, going way back to the 70s, 60s. And they always post every day, like different advertisements from different shows that they put out. And it's always interesting to see when you look back. They had Dave Mason at the Civic Arena. They had Humble Pie and REO Speedwagon at the Civic Arena. Let's see. At one place, these were different shows, though. Cheech and Chong, Yes, and Procol Harum. They had this one here. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago with Steve Vuich and when Sammy Rico was here. It was the Ohio River Jam, and it was down on the side of the mountain over by Mountaineer when it was still Waterford Park. And that day, it was the Jay Giles Band, Black Oak, Arkansas, Peter Frampton, Ambrosia, and our Youngstown band Law with Ace Acker, who was here, of course. But that was a crazy show, and tickets for that were only $7.75. And then some other shows back in the day. You had the Tubes in Pittsburgh. I think they played at like the Syria Mosque. Kansas played at the Syria Mosque. You had Kiss over at the Civic Arena, but that brings back a lot of memories. So if you're looking for a cool page to follow, it might bring back some memories of some shows that you were at. Check out the Caesar Engler page. Cool stuff on there. All right, let's see. What do we got time? We got time to maybe go to the Craigslist for a couple?
Certainly do. We will make time for that.
One of my favorite things, just to find some goofy stuff going on. If you go on the Youngstown Craigslist and you go under missed connections. Now, I don't know if this is missed connections or if this is like the Youngstown stalker page. Because when you start reading some of these, it's like, okay, this isn't missed connections. You're a freaking stalker is how I look at this.
Yep.
So let's see here. We'll just start right here. This one here says, see what's going on. Oh, that one's been flagged and removed. Okay, darn it. That had to be a good one. All right, here's one. This one
only we could have done it 10 minutes earlier.
Here's one that says, we made eyes last weekend.
Ooh, sounds
okay, now this to me seems a little creepy and a little stalkerish, stalker-esque. We made eyes last weekend. You were leaving a garage sale. I was walking up the street. Haven't stopped thinking about you since. Wish I would have said hello. I'd like to know what kind of car you got into.
Oh.
Now, if you were a woman, would you answer that? Would you answer that if you were a woman?
No way.
I mean, that just sounds really creepy there. All right, here's one that says, just wanting to have big fun. Looking for big fun. Nice size admirer. Easy, laid back kind of guy who wants to meet up with a big man. Okay.
With the smiley face. You got to give it a little smiley face.
Well, the big man looking for just a big man to have some fun with. All right, let's see here.
I love how really forthcoming these people are.
I know. All right, here we go. Let's see. We talked for quite a while out in the parking lot of the grocery store yesterday. I really enjoyed our conversation and would like to talk again sometimes. Really a long shot posting here, but if by some chance you see this, message me. All right, they were talking in the parking lot at Mr. D's in Brookfield.
Yep.
Do you think that anybody actually responds to these? Do you think somebody actually looks at these and then responds?
Okay, so think about it this way. You would have to be just scouring Craigslist at the exact same moment that another person who was stalking you put that out there. No way in hell. No way.
That's a good conversation there, a good thing to throw out there. Did you ever post one of these and it turned out?
We want to hear it. Tell us your story. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, friends from, okay. Oh, that's somebody just missing their friends from Hermitage that they lost contact with. All right, that one I can see. Okay. Waitress at TR. I really enjoyed our conversations and you had a great sense of humor. I would really love the opportunity to talk more. My treat, lunch, dinner, or breakfast. I doubt if you'll ever see it, but it's worth a shot. Okay.
All right.
That one doesn't sound too weird. Redhead at Niles Target. So this is a long shot, but you were in the betting section of the Niles Target. You were absolutely gorgeous, but I can't get up the nerve to ask you for your number. If you see this and you'd like to talk and tell me what I said to you. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, good luck on that one, pal. Let's see. 53-year-old customer at Mark's. Once a blonde, now a brunette, a beautiful woman working 3 jobs. You appeared worn out and somewhat broken inside. I can't seem to get you off my mind. I'd really like to talk some more. I did not see a ring, and I doubt you have given any thought of me since we chatted. But just know, I'm here. If you need someone to help you, I'm here. I'll help you heal.
Nice. On the lines, we have a Craigslist story. We have to interrupt this to hear a real live Craigslist story.
All right. So you got a Craigslist story? Wendy, let's hear your Craigslist story.
I'm Wendy. I'm 56 and I'm from Austin town, but I really did make a Craigslist kind of connection on a misconnection probably about 2 years ago.
So what happened?
Oh, I was answering an ad. Oh gosh, to sell used clothing items.
Uh-huh.
People actually do this. Fast Freddie, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what kind of used clothing items that you're probably referring to. So you saw somebody
and they buy them at the Ice House. Yes, for $25. Do not tell anybody.
Okay, we'll keep it on the QT. Okay.
No, the DL.
All right.
DL.
You got it.
Got it.
It is. Okay. Thanks.
I got that money. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, you want to take a shot? Yeah, give me a 3-digit number here.
Oh. So, 640.
640. Looks like
Don't tell your leave on Craigslist. Don't meet people at the ice house. Baba booey, baba booey.
it looks like you're going to have to get back to selling some items of clothing on Craigslist. Sorry
There's
about that,
money
Wendy.
in that, though.
Oh, of course there are. There's big money in that. All right, thanks, Wendy. Let's get back to the Craigslist here.
Okay, all right.
So there is money to be made on Craigslist, ladies.
There's some in-demand items.
And I think if those items of clothing are soiled, you make extra money.
Ooh.
Slightly stained, I think you get extra money on that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep that in mind. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Couple new to the area looking for friends.
Okay.
All right, younger couple, mid-20s, looking for new friends to hang out with. Don't know anyone here yet. Oh, I didn't. That was nothing. When I saw that, I thought it was going to go a little bit different than that.
Yep. Couples, willing to swing a little bit.
Yeah.
Little swingers.
Let's see. There's got to be one. Let's see. Looking for the young man at the steam and sauna. Okay. We know where this one's going. Okay. Okay. That one's been flagged and removed.
Yep.
You figured that had to be a good one. Let's see. Nick at night. What could this be? Nick at night. White male looking for a friend. Hopefully the right person will see this and be interested. Okay.
That's
don't you
just
think you
random,
need
right?
a little bit more than that? Is there anybody out there in the world that's going to look at that and go, white male looking for a friend. Hopefully the right person will see this.
Yeah.
Hey, that's me.
Like a trafficker. Meet me in the truck stop now.
Right. Yeah. Buddy, you're going to wake up in a bathtub full of ice at some cheap motel with your kidney missing.
Right?
You put that on. Who else would respond to something like that? Okay. What's this one say? Trout fishing. Couple that was trout fishing in PA on Sunday. We chatted for a little while and you seemed like a fun couple. Should try to get together sometimes. We were fishing and where were you fishing and what vehicle were you driving? Oh, I'm going to answer that one right away.
Yes. They got to make sure they ferret out the crazies. If you can't name the vehicle you're in, I'm not going fishing with you.
I just don't know who would answer these.
No.
But see, like these, I don't know who would answer those. But now I get the whole thing of like women selling lingerie. You know that's a big thing out there.
Yeah.
Shoes, you could probably sell shoes and pantyhose and panties and bras. And I know there's pervs out there that will buy that stuff easily. See, women have it made. Could guys ever get away with that?
No, not a chance, man.
Women could sell these dainty panties. Us guys be selling something with a skid mark in it or something. Nobody would want that. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, hey, hey, burly man looking for a pair of jockey shorts with a skid mark.
I'm a big man.
And a piss stain in the front. We'll pay top dollar. I'm here looking for you. Gave ride to Newcastle. You were wearing gray and walking when I stopped and gave you a ride home. If you remember this, hit me up. Now, somebody might respond to that one.
Yes.
Okay. That's an interesting one there. Looking for something fun in Warren. Hey, my girlfriend just stabbed me and I'm looking for a new old lady. Okay, let's see here. MWF, what is that? Mature white female?
That sounds right.
45. Looking for a girl to come and hang out with and drink with me. Oh, okay, this is a good one. Oh, married white female. MWF.
Okay.
Married white female, 45. Looking for a girl to come and hang out and drink with me and my old man and have some fun with the both of us or just the woman. Let's make some plans.
All right. That one doesn't sound so freaky.
Yeah, no, yeah. Now there's a good one right there. That's one that's going to get, okay.
We just promoted that one. They're going to get like 70 responses.
Right, exactly.
And you got another call coming in, by the way. I don't know if it's Craigslist related.
All right, yeah. This got to be our last call. We're almost done.
Oh, no, wait. They hung up. Never mind.
Okay. They thought we were selling those jockey shorts with skid marks and a piss stain in the front. Okay. That was a good one there, though. Okay, here's one. This is simple and straight to the point. Small, ugly girl wanted in Akron. Small, ugly girl wanted. Short and or skinny, unattractive woman wanted for dating, mating, and relating.
You couldn't put on a greeting card any better. Mating, dating, or relating.
Short and skinny, unattractive woman. Hey, that's me. I think I'll apply. Then there's like people looking for, like the waitress at a place here or there and things like that. Now that to me is stalking. That just seems creepy.
Your name tag said Elizabeth, and I wanted to ask you out.
Looking for the teaser lady. What could this mean?
Teaser lady.
Looking for the teaser lady. Locked in a chastity cage and wanting a lady to come over and tease me. Use my toys on yourself or however you wish. Sound interesting? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Interesting. See, that's what Craigslist was built for.
Right, exactly. Right, yeah. Locked in my chastity cage and wanting a lady to come over and tease me. Use my toys on yourself or however you wish. Sound interesting? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's me. I think
no
I'll
danger,
right now.
Will Rogers. None.
These people, man.
You do have one more call. I just want to let you know.
All right, let's take one more call here and then let's wrap it up. How's that?
All right, let's do that. And I think this is Steve.
What's up, Steve? How are you, man?
Good. I feel embarrassed to break up this Craigslist bit here. This is too fun.
So, what do you want to do? Try to win some money so you can buy Wendy's soiled panties off of Craigslist.
That's what I'm looking for.
All right. Well, give us a 3-digit number, man.
There might be a reseller's market in that.
Right, I'm shooting for my grandson's birthday, 802.
Okay, let's hope it's here. 802. Sorry about that, Steve.
Take care, guys.
All right, take care, man. All right, Steve giving it a shot. Now I feel bad. See, when people don't win and they were going to buy something for their grandkids' birthday.
Don't you feel responsible now?
My grandkid's birthday, and you can't give me the $400. I really feel bad about that stuff. I like to give prizes to everybody. I want
like
everybody
a parade,
to win.
just so for you, 400 for you, 400
exactly.
for you.
Yep. That's what I want to do. All right. Well, I guess it's time to wrap things up. We'll be back Tuesday, and we'll see what we got going on. We got some guests I got coming up here. I don't want to say too much because I want to make sure everybody's all dialed in and locked in and ready to go. So, Joe, you have a good weekend.
You do the same.
See you Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Take care, everybody. Peace out.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us. Thank you.